we're gonna see the 7 Susanoo's users by rank.
But before we start this amazing story, I want to ask you guys to help us get the first 100 subscribers. Be part of this nice group of people that loves anime, manga, and movies. We are super close to 100, and in every week we're gonna shout out 2 recent ones, just to thank you. So drink some water, grab some snack, and let's watch together.
一つ質問をする。そいつら分身がスサノオを使う、使わない。どちらがいい？
2:08 a.m. and I shit my pants.
Susanoo is a gigantic humanoid avatar made of the user's chakra which surrounds them and fights on their behalf. That has been handed down throughout the generations of the Uchiha clan. It is the strongest ability available to those who have awakened the Magenko Sharingan in both eyes, and when activated, Susanoo forms around the user and becomes an extension of their will, acting and attacking on their behalf. By default, Susanoo is anchored to its user and they do it. In less developed forms, it will move around with the user, and in more complete forms, the user will be suspended within Susanoo, being brought with it as it moves around. This connection allows Susanoo to shield against physical attacks, one that becomes more difficult to penetrate as it manifested more fully. Susanoo draws on the user's chakra in large amounts so long as it's active. Sasuke Uchiha describes the sensation of using Susanoo as feeling pain in every cell in his body, which only increases over time of usage as well as the higher the developed stage becomes. Being a Magenko Sharingan based ability, it also places a strain on the user's eye the more it is used. However, it is actually necessary for one's Magenko Sharingan to be activated while using Susanoo. In fact, Uchiha Madara is able to use it without any eyes at all. Rank 7, Shisui. In the game Ultimate Ninja Storm Revolution, Uchiha Shisui can use a green Susanoo even after Danzo stole his right eye. It has a blade-like appendage on his shoulders, the side of its face, and along its forearms. Its right arm wields a drill-like lance that Shisui can coat with fire to create a vortex of flames. It is also able to unleash a barrage of chakra needles. In Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, Shisui has an exclusive complete body Susanoo form, complete with a second pair of wing-shaped arms, Tengu-like features, and wielding a large drill-like sword. Rank 6, Kakashi. Hatake Kakashi Susanoo is light blue in color. The Susanoo he uses has only been seen in a complete body form. He had the characteristic Tengu nose, a forehead protector like plating on his head, 2 locks of hair falling on either side of his face, a hole in his chin, and a vertical mark extending across his left eye, similar to Kakashi's own signature scar. He wields a katana, but its most notable weapon are the Magenko-shaped shuriken that can warp away targets on contact. Rank 5, Madara. Uchiha Madara Susanoo is dark blue in color. His Susanoo is made up of 2 entirely different sides that are conjoined along their spine, along of which have a distinct face. Its front face has an elongated canine teeth in its lower jaw bracket and 2 tusks growing from said jaw, while the back face has similarly elongated canine teeth in its upper jaw bracket and a single horn protruding from its forehead. In its downward form, the usual Tengu-like armor splits from its forehead down, revealing Susanoo's eyes while obscuring the rest of its face. His armored Susanoo appears to always from the tiger hand seal with its front end and is the largest of his variation. In its complete body form, its head gains a long Tengu nose and 2 lines running down from its mouth to its chin area, as well as hair which is tied up at the sides. Madara Susanoo's wild, distinct, undulating blades that resemble Chris held in the right hand of each side. He is able to throw the blades as guided projectiles. In the anime, Madara was able to manifest swords in all 4 Susanoo arms. The blades left traces of blue, fire-like chakra in the ground after impacting and could unleash shockwaves capable of obliterating numerous shinobi in a single strike. In its complete body form, the sword more closely resembles traditional katana, complete with shield held in the secondary arm. These swords can cut through mountains across great distance. Madara can use Susanoo to perform Yasaka Magatama. Rank 4, Itachi. Uchiha Itachi Susanoo is yellow in the manga. In the anime, its skeletal and armor form are red and his humanoid form is orange. In its humanoid form, his face is framed by locks of hair, with an appendage on his chin reminiscent of a pharaoh's false beard. When its armor is formed, Itachi Susanoo resembles a long-nosed Tengu and wears a pair of Magatama earrings. Itachi Susanoo possesses a curved blade that resembles a dagger or otango. He rarely uses, preferring his sword of Totsuka wildly in its primary right hand and seated in a safe jaw held by its second right hand. The sword of Totsuka is an ethereal weapon with an enchanted blade that, in addition to standing cutting, can seal anyone in pieces. trapping them in a genjutsu-like world of drunken dreams for all eternity. In its primary left hand, Itachi Susanoo wields the Yata Mirror, a shield that can change its nature depending on the attack it receives, thus nullifying it. According to Black Jetsu, the simultaneous use of the Sword of Totsukai and Yamato Mirror made Itachi essentially invincible. For long-range attack, Itachi can use Susanoo to perform Yasakama Gatama. In Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, Itachi has an exclusive complete body form that retains the traits of his previous forms, including a retractable version of Yata Mirror and a broadsword version of the Sword of Totsuka. Rank 3, Indra. Otsutsuki's Indra Susanoo, named Origin Susanoo, is purple in color. In its complete body form, it has accentuated eye holes, a long tangled nose, a spiky over each eye, and a split across its mouth, and 3 gaps of each of its cheek. In the anime, the skeletal form of Indra Susanoo was also shown, but there's not much information about it, so that's everything we know by now. Rank 2, Hagoromo. Otsutsuki Hagoromo show a light blue Susanoo capable of entering its complete body form and utilize chakra blades. 2 locks of hair fall on each side of the face and a single horn protrudes from the chin, resembling Hagoromo's facial hair. It possesses a sharp tangle-like nose and a jagged mouth, giving its demonic appearance. His Susanoo was much larger than the others, reaching a size comparable to the Ten Tails. Rank 1, Sasuke. Uchiha Sasuke's Susanoo was initially depicted as a dark shade of blue in the manga, though it's purple in other medias. Because Sasuke's development has often been marked by intense feeling of hatred, his Susanoo is noted to be much darker compared to Itachi's. Sasuke's possess a demonic horn, a long appendage on his chin, and a malevolent grin. Its armor form initially appears largely the same as Itachi's, save for having jagged teeth around his hood. After Sasuke gains the Eternal Magenkyo Sharingan, however, the appearance changed, the armor's mouth taking a beak-like shape and generally becoming ghastly look. In its complete body form, Sasuke Susanoo has a helmet that features a long tangled nose, 2 spikes over each eye, a slit stretching across his mouth, 3 gaps of each of its cheek, and 1 additional gap on his chin. Because of his Rinnegan, Sasuke can use the wings of his complete body Susanoo to block out the light of the infinite Tsukuyomi. When drawing on the power of the tail pieces, the armor of the complete Susanoo body form is reduced somewhat, exposing the humanoid within. Sasuke is able to perform his Chidori through the so-called Indra Susanoo, as well as fire release Great Fireball technique in the anime. This form is capable of generating a sword instead of having it form alongside the complete body Susanoo, enabling the user to catch opponents off guard. Sasuke Susanoo has a blade in all its forms, a saber in its first forms, an odachi in its humanoid form, and a pair of katana in its complete body form. Its primary one, though, is a bow manifested on the wrist of his left arm. The bow can double as a shield, a function that becomes more visually apparent in his armored form. Arrows are drawn from an orb held in its primary right hand and can be fired very quickly. Arrow's properties can be augmented either with black fangs in his armor form or lightning in his complete body state.
Every week I'm gonna bring another character in-depth review, so leave a suggestion below and watch these other 2 videos here. Yeah, this one, that's okay. Yeah, you can go this one, that's fine, you go. Thank you.